Musk starts to cleanse Twitter of lame comedians. On Sunday, African immigrant Elon Musk threatened to permanently suspend Twitter accounts that pretended to be someone else without being an obvious parody, which is why the person tweeting for Joe Biden is safe. This rule was already in Twitter's terms of service, but those are read even less than Brian Kilmeade's books. Musk announced this after several attention seekers started impersonating him. Former comedian Sarah Silverman changed her account to look like Musk's and tweeted, "I am a freedom of speech absolutist, and I eat duty for breakfast every day." Thankfully, it's the first time she's impersonated an African without this. Yeah, this lady wore blackface and thinks free speech absolutist is an insult. Her account is still active. Not active, career. Kathy Griffin also impersonated Musk, tweeting she would only be voting blue. Users could still tell it was Kathy Griffin because it wasn't funny. Although her ban was allegedly permanent, Musk later tweeted that she could have her account back for $8. She can get her face back, too, by injecting algae that eats plastic. Did you know that? I did not know that. But if you're bummed that she's gone and you miss her brand of comedy, try slamming your head with a car door. Other celebs have left Twitter as protests, but at least one is already back. Barely a week after announcing he was quitting Twitter, actor Ron Perlman slithered back to bash Musk's comments on Stuff. He begins, "Just popped back on because I couldn't let this one slide." Yeah, he just popped back on. Yeah, his quitting is like a hunger strike with lunch breaks. It's like telling someone you're done with them forever, then calling to say you're coming over, but only to retrieve the ballpoint pen you left at their place. Which reminds me, Jamie, I need that pen back. So what do you know what's interesting? I feel like, Jamie, that a lot of these celebrities, they kind of see, they have this arrested development. Mm-hmm. So they see everybody like the gym coach doing detention, and they're like the Breakfast Club. It's like, you know, first it was Trump, now it's Elon Musk. It's like, I'm going to get back at this billionaire on Twitter by going on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's weird is I saw headlines and I was like, wow, is Elon really like not letting people joke around? He just wants people to not pretend they're him. Like parody and jokes are totally fine, which is kind of different than the way it was represented. I don't think you should be able to pretend yourself. You know, I mean, for real, like that's, I don't know. I don't mind him doing that at all as the CEO. I do think he might be a little bit too accessible to people. Do you know what I mean? Like the number one rule when you're trying to be famous is like, don't read the comments. Mm-hmm. And Elon is reading the comments. And maybe he's done differently on his planet or whatever, but I think he should not do that. Do you know, I no joke, I'm a little, I mean, I'll pay $8 a month, but I think the verification was very useful, maybe for someone that doesn't have $8, because it does help people from impersonating you. Like that's the one thing it does do that's beyond like marketing or whatever. I had someone impersonating me on Twitter and it was really bad. This person was an idiot, so people totally fell for it and thought it was me. But no joke, fans of this show, he would message them and set up like dates and stuff, and I got messages months later from like some women that were like, oh, I thought we were meeting up. Not kidding at all. So I had to go through hundreds and hundreds, I had to sleep with hundreds and hundreds of women.
You are the true hero in all this.
Yeah.
God bless.
You know, Dana, will you ever consider leaving Twitter? Now I don't want to go.
Sometimes I do, and then, like Ron,
Ron Perlman.
I just get by. I don't think I would miss it that much, but I realize I use it a lot for work. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm constantly looking, what is the update? What's the update? I'm looking for guys' tweets so I know what to say. But I actually have found that there's less of that available. A lot of it is kind of nonsense now. And I have hopes for Twitter on the other side. Bill Hemmer said he would pay my $8 a month. So I figure I might as well stay.
Wow. Wow, Hemmer must like you. He's never paid for anything from me, guy.
I'm caught up on the blackface photo of Sarah Silverman, which I did not know happened. Am I mistaken, or did she not date Jimmy Kimmel?
Yes.
Who also did blackface. Did they do like blackface dates together?
Yes, exactly. That's how they shared the paint. They would just put the paint and make out, and they'd both be blackface.
Wow. Sorry, like I forget what the actual topic is. I'm just ruminating.
Isn't that incredible? There's a whole like sub industry of blackface comics.
Yeah, and they're all like, they're fine.
Yeah.
And his ratings aren't fine, but you know, he's not canceled yet in either way. But Yeah, the one thing about Elon was his tweet today. Did you see this, where he endorsed Republicans?
Yes.
And just a complete, total meltdown on the left. Because he said, we should have checks and balances. Maybe we should vote Republican this time. And people lost it. He is like getting close to Trump levels of trolling.
Yes.
It is impressive.
Yeah. I think he has taken up the space that Trump had.
Yeah.
And because he's in every, like, you know, Kat, if you notice, every single story could be related back to now Twitter or to Musk. And before that, you could relate it back to Trump.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of the headlines were saying that, you know, she was banned, Kathy Griffin was banned for, you know, mocking him, which it was the impersonating thing. I get that. I also think a permanent suspension would not be fair. I think that she's obviously joking. That's like all she ever does. I don't think anybody goes to her for like serious news analysis. At least I hope not. And if she's intending to make a joke, then I think that should be taken into account no matter who it is. I know a lot of people really hate Kathy Griffin and they're happy to see her getting banned because a lot of people who are maybe on the right, you know, they got banned for things too. But I'm never one for like the tit for tat.
Yeah, I think that at some point they just let everybody back on unless you know, you just ban them and then you bring it back, because that's what I think that's where we're going with all this. But what do I know? Oh, a lot actually.
Everything.
Everything.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.